Okay, we got double elementals with a little bling. So Squirky should be great versus those elementals. He's already faster without Dazzling Dance. Little bling is a big problem for my team. Because I have a beast, breaks decoy. I mean, he breaks bubble. Um, okay. I'm gonna go for a pounce, I think. I don't know if I need to worry about booby trap presence. Um, I think it's better if I just attack him and take out Little Blink because I feel like these two will 1v2 just, or will 2v2 just fine. But Little Bling is a big problem for my team because I have a severe weakness to mechanicals. It's my flyer. He should have went for the Make It Rain. That was a misplay, I think. Didn't get a lot of value out of Jingles, but I think just spamming attacks was probably in my best interest. I think that was more damage than gift since it's magic. Let's bring in the Vibrant Glimmerfly. Can sweep him. I think I will. I think I will do that. When he comes back with his mechanical racial, Fish Slap will kill him. So, let's stay in an attack for now. He has Drain Power instead of Thunderbolt. Don't know if that's a good choice. Healing Stream without an aquatic. Weird moves. I'm gonna keep attacking. I want to go for Dazzling Dance at some point, but I don't know if that's yet. Well, I have to at this point now, so let's go for Dazzling Dance. Usually you want to go for Dazzling Dance as late as possible, and I am 2 attacks away from dying, plus he could have brought in the Little Bling to maybe kill me with Gift, so... It's up to Squirky to 1v3 here, but I think he will be able to do that, no problem. Okay, so... Do I go for a Clobber or a damage? I think Stun's good. See if he stays in. There's strong damage versus these two. The smart move for him is to save Little Bling and try to stall with his elementals until then use Little Bling as a cleanup pet since he's faster. He did the exact opposite of that. So that's good for us. Now, I need to save Elementium Bolt, or save Bubble for Elementium Bolt, I should say. This guy could cause me some problems with Volcano, maybe. So he doesn't have Elementium Bolt. I don't need Dazzling Dance anymore, so I think it's fine for me to go for Bubble. We block Flame Jet. Now I'm curious, if I attack into Fire Shield, will it... Yeah, it takes away my Bubble. That's a bummer. I think I'll be okay, though. Let's go for an attack here. I don't think I'll be able to get another Bubble, but I got Clobber. So I'll get a free attack off while I stunned. It can hit me with Drain Power, but I think I'll be okay. I should still be able to kill him next round. Alright, a little bit close there, but maybe I should have started with the Glimmerfly and swapped out the Little Bling in hindsight, if I knew he would start with the little bling, probably would have done that, but yeah, the little bling was the biggest problem for my team, and he didn't save him for the cleanup, which would have given him the best chance to beat me. Okay, so double elemental. Having aquatic damage would be good. How about the Jade Mist Dancer? Jade Mist. Does he have a way to deal with Clone Dance? I don't think he does. Let's play this team. I don't really like when people play, like, this idea where they have two of the same kind of pet. Like, I'll do it occasionally if specifically I'm queuing like Triple Darkness, because like having two beasts is one of the best ways to deal with that. Um, the best way is just to play your own like OP weather abilities and trade damage for damage. But if you want to try to like be creative, then one of your best options is just to play two beast pets so that all of his Call Darknesses do weak damage, and maybe you can fight back if you have a decent matchup. But unless you're specifically trying to do that, I don't like how much I see of that in my current bracket, because it feels very win tradey. It's kind of like playing three um, elementals with sunlight and photosynthesis. Like, yeah, sure, you'll win if you don't have face somebody with a counter team. But now that I know that he's playing double elementals, if I have aquatic damage on my team, this is pretty much a free win versus him. It's not going to be very interesting. I actually kind of hope I get somebody else, but obviously if I get him, it'll be a free win because I have aquatic damage and he has two elementals. Like, not only that, but I have an elemental, so if he has little bling. Alright, so we got this guy. I think this is a different player. He's going to start with the imp. I'm going to start with Arphis. He'll probably gate me, and if he does, then that brings him my Cyclone, and he can't do anything about my Clone Dance, so I'm perfectly fine if he nether gates me. If he doesn't, I'll get Zoomies. And that gives me an OP speed buff. So, let's go for Cyclone. Cyclone's going to be great versus that Bubble. It'll be good versus his whole team, because his idea is to stall with Bubble, and then try to utilize his humanoid ratio with Immolation. And then he does lots of dot damage, so we'll go for the Jade Mist Dancer. He doesn't have Nether Gate anymore, so I can get a nice Rain Dance heal to buff my Cyclone for a bit. And he doesn't actually have any aquatic damage, because I know he runs Tongue Lash, so I can actually just go for Acid Rain. And it won't hurt me. So Arphis versus the Imp later on will be great. I think I'm going to stay in right now, because I could crit him and kill him. Nice. Yeah, if Cyclone lands, it's likely to kill him. Or proc his racial, I should say. It would be in his best interest to stay in on his undead, because yeah, that Cyclone could just accidentally kill him on the backline if he swaps, so he's playing correctly. If I was him, I don't know, maybe he had to go for the Nether Gate, but I think it's in my best interest to let my Jade Mist Dancer die, maybe? It's hard to say. I think that's what I will do. He's so low HP, I think it's better for him to take this Bone Barrage than one of these high health pets. Plus, once I'm down to a 1v1, that Nether Gate will not be very effective. I think he'll bring in the Fiendish Imp. So what I'm going to do is bring in my Flyer. If he brings in the Aquatic, I have strong damage versus him. Then if he swaps me, then that lets me... maybe I should have just brought in the Arphis, but I want to be able to attack him. Actually, I'm thinking about going for the heal. I won't, but I was thinking about going for the heal to heal Arphis. Okay, now I'm going to go for that heal. I want my Arphis to be nice and healthy. I actually want to go for Cyclone because of the bubble. Even though it's a low chance to land. No, I just remembered I don't have to do that because Zoomies will break bubble. Alright, so there's the Nether Gate. We go for... Do I go for Zoomies on cooldown? I think I just go for damage. If he stays in. I want to save Zoomies for the aquatic because... Okay, now, do I go for Ice Tomb or just hit him with Zoomies? I think he might go for the... I'm going to go for the Ice Tomb. Zoomies should break bubble, and if a couple of them land, I still will be faster than the Croaker. And now his bubble's gone, so that Ice Tomb won't kill him. But yeah, Zoomies is OP. It's supposed to give like a 2-round Dazzling Dance, basically. And when the Dazzling Dance fades, the speed buff does not. So I have 338 speed for the rest of the game. Didn't utilize the bug in that game because of how it played out, but if he hadn't nethergated me, I would have been able to have Zoomies going for the rest of the game. I don't know if I explained the bug very well, but yeah, Zoomies is very buggy. First of all, it is able to hit through blind, like the same way Bone Barrage is, which means if I have Rain Dance, it also will not buff the accuracy correctly. But the main bug is the fact that it's supposed to be a 2-round speed buff, and then you retain the speed buff even after the buff itself expires. So the fact that the buff expires is irrelevant because you still have your speed, if that makes sense. So it's not working as intended. And so if you can use like a team that allows you to like heal your Arphis, I was using Elun's Grace to AoE heal him, but you could do like for example with Bleat from the Gleamhoof Fawn and the Karaji Guardling. This team would be very overpowered even if Sandstorm wasn't so OP because of Zoomies. You could just like have basically infinite speed on Arphis. It's instead of working like Dazzling Dance for 2 rounds, it's basically working like Powerball, so it's a permanent speed buff. Now it's affected by RNG since it's based on how many times you land your Zoomies, and it's just a flat 85% hit chance. So if you, okay, let's say that you have Uncanny Luck, and then you use Zoomies. The first hit of Zoomies will have a 135% hit chance. But then the next 4 ticks of it still have an 85% hit chance. So yeah, it's coded the same way as Bone Barrage, where it just has a flat, basically 85% hit chance for the 2 through 5 attacks. Don't know if I'm explaining that very well, but regardless, so let's pick a team. One that probably wouldn't suck versus a Fiendish Imp, I think could be a good idea. Although I don't feel like he spams that team. He usually just kind of plays it once, and then whether he wins or he loses, he'll just play something else or go do something else. But in case I get him again, what was that other team that we got? We had yeah, double elementals. I don't need to worry about that too much as long as I have some aquatic damage, I think. Okay, how about this team? I like this team. There's another pet I made some teams with. Okay, so we have Petal. I don't think any of these teams have elemental damage, or aquatic damage, I should say. So this team should do very well versus both of his teams, rest of those last teams, but it's pretty OP, so maybe I play another team with Squirky. Squirky. Haven't played this team yet. So if I get double elementals, mechanical's gonna be in a rough spot, but I think Squirky can probably carry versus the 2 elementals he's running. Nightshade Sproutling is a solid S tier pet, but he's actually not very good versus the Imp. This whole team isn't great versus the Imp. So I don't know. Maybe this team? I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of scroll through, see if there's any teams I haven't played yet. So we have this team, we have that team. Okay, Damp Scrat. So we have the Yeti. I don't have any way to deal with Bubble on this team, but I do have some aquatic damage, which I like. Not sure how this Damp Scrat fits into the team, actually. It's kind of a weird team. Maybe I'll play this team instead because I have a Bubble Breaker. I think I'll play this team. I don't have the aquatic damage if I get double elementals, but I'm also not running mechanical, so it should be a pretty even fight. We got triple mechanicals this time with the elemental. Okay, he's switching it up a little bit, so having aquatic damage wouldn't be as impactful. I don't have any elemental damage, though, so he has 2 mechanical racials. I think what I want to probably do is start with the Damp Scrat and get Great Sting rolling. Little Bling is going to be a big problem for both of these pets. If he lands gift package on my flyer, that will hurt a lot. But the good news is he might miss. And also, I am faster on my flyer without my racial. And also, he used gift on cooldowns, so that strong damage is irrelevant now. Alright, so here is the combo. Go Egg Barrage. Boom, 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 boom. I only got 1 crit. It's unfortunate, but it is a 30% crit chance. It's not as high as Rain Dance. And I'll be able to hit him 1 more time with Egg Barrage, and if I get a couple extra crits, especially early on, I can maybe actually just take out this mechanical. And that's a pretty solid start. The one big problem I'm seeing is Widget is going to be pretty bad here. He does weak damage to the mechanical. Oh, almost. I just need 1 more crit. At least he missed that. That is very fortunate that he missed. It's kind of good that he went for that and missed because that meant that my dots are ticking for my AoE. So I don't have my... Thinking about saving this guy for later. I don't think I will, but I was considering it, because he is going to be probably a decent cleanup pet since he's fast, but Widget is also fast. Let's bring in the Damp Scrat. I think we go for Great Sting. I take weak damage from all of his attacks, which is good. Although, I suspect he'll go for Fire Shield, so maybe I go for the Chomp first. Yeah, I like that idea. If I high roll, he could actually die. Okay. I don't think... Oh, nice. He actually dies, and none of that is reflecting Fire Shield. So yeah, that was good that we landed a high roll Chomp instead of going for Great Sting. I'm actually not sure if I want to go for Great Sting at this point. It's not very much damage, single target. Uncanny Luck probably isn't worth it. It does give me a 100% hit chance on Spectral Strike, but that's weak damage anyways. Oh, but he turns himself into a flyer. Ah, I could hit him really hard with a call with a Spectral Strike. If I had Uncanny Luck. I didn't think he would go for that. I thought he would just go for the Metal Fist if that's what he's running. Okay, so he has extra plating. Seems like it's probably still worth it to go for Spectral Strike. I actually can't tell which does more damage, Pounce or Spectral Strike. Pounce has a lower hit chance, so... Okay, we got him. Nothing to worry about since he doesn't have Entangling Roots, which is the combo you want to be running on that pet. So, same guy, but now he's running... Oh, cool. Ding. Huge poggers. My first 90. Not sure what to run here. Probably that's good. I'm not sure what it does, but it's looking big and important over here, so we'll take it. And I'm not going to play this spec anyways, so it'll just be for, like, farming old content. Alright. How are we doing? That was three games so far, at least. Getting a little bit more variety than earlier. Earlier, I was fighting some fun teams, but it's just the same guy playing the same teams over and over again. So I just took a break to level and, well, double mechanicals. What are the odds he plays the same team again? I think I'll just play this team because I like it a lot, and it'll probably do well versus elementals. It'll also do well against aquatics, and I think, yeah, I think if I get the imp player, it'll be decent because the Snapdragon's faster than the imp. The Nightshade will do... not that great, actually. The Nightshade is not very good here because he doesn't have a way to break bubble. Bone Brush can ignore the blind. But Mr. Delver can break bubble with build turret. I think if I get this guy, my team is probably favored slightly. Because I have, I think, just stronger pets. Like Nightshade Sproutling, even though he isn't particularly good versus his team, is a better pet than the three that he's running. What about the other Nightshade Sproutling team? Nightshade. So I feel like running the Deathwatch Hatchling is a bad idea versus double mechanicals. The Nightshade Sproutling's actually not that good of a choice because Little Bling is a speed tie. I think I'll be okay, but I have to be careful since I'm running Lightning, not to, like, let him take advantage of that buffed mechanical damage. There was another team, though, that I was looking at. I think it had the Helpful Workshop bot. I haven't played this team yet. The problem with the Workshop bot is if he goes back to playing double elementals, the Workshop bot is like the worst pet in the game versus elementals because they don't count as burning from my weather, so my only attack doesn't deal double damage, and it's balanced around the idea that you're going to be hitting them while they're burning, so it does like less than half of a basic attack, which is weak damage to them. So it's actually just, yeah, very ineffective. I don't think he'll play double elementals anymore, but I think it would be unwise for me to play this team just in case I get him. I think this team will probably do a little better. Maybe I could just pick another team. But I mean, this team hasn't lost yet for me. It's 15-0. If this is the team that takes it out, I will be pretty surprised. Because it's a strong team. Like, it doesn't have a lot of glaring weaknesses that I can see. We have a decoy and a bubble breaker. We have lots of speed. Speed is always good. I have a weather changer. I have another weather changer. I have a blind. Mechanical racial is solid. Elemental is always solid. Under darkness or sandstorm. And great coverage here because so I'm weak to elementals with my mechanical attacks, no problem. I got aquatic damage. Um, Call Darkness is weak to beasts. Well, no problem. I got plenty of mechanical damage that's strong versus beasts. This team might struggle versus elementals or versus mechanicals because I have Call Lightning, so they can take advantage of my weather. Well, no problem. I have an elemental here to take weak damage from mechanical attacks and to deal strong damage to mechanicals. Having two weather abilities is just really, really helpful in the current state of pet battle PvP, because if you don't have a way to change the weather, you almost just automatically lose to like triple sandstorm or triple sunlight if they're played even remotely correctly. I mean, those kind of teams are super cringe, but kind of can't blame people for playing what wins games. It's not their fault that the game is horrendously unbalanced. They're just trying to, you know, get their achievements. On cue. I suspect I'll get a totally random new team whenever the queue pops. It looks like those two players aren't queuing anymore. Maybe they got each other. It's hard to say. So there were some teams. I played with Arfus in the video. I didn't try Petal yet, and I just leveled him up. Don't know if I want to play my own Fiendish Imp, just in case I get this guy. Um, I want to try to make more teams with Petal, but I'm just not sure exactly how to use him on teams yet. I could see like on a team like this, he fits very well because the idea is you run the AoE heal, you give your team temporal anomaly so they can outspeed. And so when you pair him with like two sandstorm pets, he's going to be very powerful. Or if you use him as like a cleanup pet with like an OP comp like this, then he'll be a decent cleanup pet since he can have a short heal in case they're like dodging or something. You can outspeed because you have decent speed. It's his stats that kind of confuse me. Low health on a magic pet is good, but it's also a big risk to play low health pets. And I already play a lot of low health pets since I'm usually stacking like speed or occasionally power or some balance of the two. Um, like high health pets can be very effective in PvP, but there's only a couple that I like playing, and even the ones that I like playing are I try not to overuse them because like the living sandling is very, very, very strong. High health pet. But it's kind of cringe to spam play him because of how overtuned Sandstorm is. Also, this team is a little bit... It's the same idea I was just talking about. It's two of a kind. We have two magic pets, so I don't know if I'll ever actually play this team. Although I did queue into it several times a couple days ago. Or maybe a couple weeks ago. It's hard to say. And it was... I don't think I lost to it, but it was because it was played completely incorrectly. The guy playing it kept like using Enrage first global, which is a double-edged sword because it makes you take 50% extra damage when you use it, so you don't want to start with Enrage. You want to use Great Sting first, and then use Enrage if it's to your advantage. And a lot of the time, you're actually just better off using Great Sting and then swapping to Anomalous, using his OP cooldowns, and then bringing in the Gorm Root Stinger for a second Great Sting to just do overwhelming AoE damage. Maybe the Q just won't pop as long as I have this team. Surely there is somebody that wants to play Pet Battles. Do I have any other teams that look fun? Wasn't I thinking about playing this team? Oh, I was, and then I thought, but the bubble could be bad. Maybe I play this team instead. Q popped, so I'm gonna take it, but I'm thinking about playing this team. It's another Snapdragon team. I love the Snapdragon. Okay, triple elemental, so Mr. Delver is gonna be in a rough spot. I'm not sure if I want to start with him. I think I'll start with the Nightshade Sproutling. I'll just use my mechanicals cannon fodder while I'm waiting for my OP cooldowns to come back. And then basically 2v2 with these two pets. They should do fine. His team is not very strong. Okay, thinking about bringing in the Snapdragon, going for a dive. Oh, what if my dive misses? So what he's probably going to do is immolate and then conflagrate. So I can maybe dive that conflagrate if he's smart. He'll save his conflagrate till I use dive, but he did not predict it, so. Fortunately, we didn't miss the dive. I am burning, so I don't know if it's worth staying in to go for Call Lightning. Oh, he left. Okay. Well, if I'm fighting triple elementals, I don't know if it's a good idea for me to play the Yeti. Especially with the build I have. I'm running all mechanical damage. And now I don't have the Nightshade Sproutling to carry me. I do have a critter to take weak damage from his attacks, but I think I will try this team another time and pick something else. Lots of elementals right now. Play Poggers. Well, now that the Briarhorn Hatchling is not a... I mean, I kind of just hope I don't get that guy. That's a really boring team to fight. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of a shame that I sat 15 minutes to get a triple, like, C-tier elemental team. Maybe I'll play this team. Okay. I have the perfect combo. Let's do Gurgle with Cobble Shell. We have two options. We can go with the Cursed Vermin, or we can go with the Trunks angle versus him. I think I'll play the Cursed Vermin. Also, I haven't been able to get this team a win yet. either one should be fine versus him, but hey, I'm 0-1 on this team, so let's see if we can get it a win real quick. As far as I can remember, I don't think he has a way to deal with a one-shot. Actually, I feel like I played this same guy with this same team. Am I misremembering? We had... Oh, it was a similar team. Yeah, he doesn't have a way to deal with a one-shot. I was running Itch Bite with Squirky, and... I think this team's actually a little bit better versus him. He has no way to deal with the one-shot. I have a critter to take weak damage from all of his attacks, and Gurgle does strong damage to elementals. Should be a pretty straightforward win. Alright, what do I get? 8 gold. Poggers. What does this do? Okay. These queues are pretty slim pickings right now. It was actually looking pretty exciting for a minute, and then everybody quit. Maybe my teams were too try-hard. I think I'll go for 2 more wins if I can get the queue to pop quickly, because that last game was like barely a game. What do I do now that I am level 90? I need to do Liberation of Undermine for like 4 weeks so that I can unlock the pet. I've missed a week because LFR got disabled. Okay, we got the same guy and he ran away. This might be the only guy playing right now. He forfeited really fast though. I actually think that he didn't even manually forfeit. I think this guy just doesn't have Midnight purchased yet. Which, from what I've seen so far of the new expansion, I don't blame him. It's not very exciting. I'm not liking a whole lot about this new expansion. But unfortunately, there's a bug where if you don't have the expansion bought, then every time you queue for a pet battle, there's a chance you get teleported to a midnight zone, which instantly teleports you out since you don't have the expansion. And I think that's what happened based on, like, he forfeited in literally 1 second. I mean, it's possible he has a super fast loading screen and he forfeited really fast, but I think that he just got the midnight bug. It's hard to say. Maybe he's actually just forfeiting super fast. Maybe I need to pick a team that he doesn't think will... I don't think he's forfeiting. I think he's getting Midnight Zone teleporting. So I'm just going to queue this team one more time. If he forfeits again, I'll pick another team that doesn't look as OP versus him. Probably this team. This team looks like... If I was him, I would look at it and go, yeah, I maybe have a chance, but he doesn't really have a chance. But he's probably looking at this and going, yeah, I'm not excited. I mean, it's hard to say. He might be forfeiting really quickly just because he's seeing my team and going, yeah, there's no chance. But he's also not even trying to like pick a different team. He's just spam queuing the same team over and over again. So I think what's happening is he's getting teleported out of the game before it even like loads for him. so I don't even think he's able to see my pets. It's a really annoying bug. I was hoping it would go away when Midnight came out, but it looks like it still happens if you don't have the expansion unlocked on your account. Or maybe he's forfeiting instantly. It's hard to say. I doubt he's forfeiting instantly since he keeps playing the same team. I mean, unless those are somehow the only 3 level 25s that he has, which I doubt. Since he's playing triple elementals, there is a chance he tries to go the cheese route and play like elemental photosynthesis, sunny day teams. And if he does, this team will actually just counter the fuck out of that. Because I have a big one-shot with my Curse Bourbon. And elemental damage. I don't have a... Well, I have one weather changer. These two are actually not very useful versus that comp, but they can stall while I'm waiting for my Curse Bourbon's cooldowns. And then once it's down to one pet, I can probably just 1v2 him with Cobbleshell and Gurgle, because Rock Barrage is same idea as Egg Barrage. It does huge damage with Lucky Dance. Or Uncanny Luck or Rain Dance, any of those hit modifiers. If it's a 50% ability, then the hit modifiers work correctly. If it's either 80% or an 85% like Zoomies or Bone Barrage or Nut Barrage or Make It Rain, then they're not coded correctly. So the first hit will be affected by like hit modifiers, accuracy modifiers like Blind or Darkness or Sandstorm or Uncanny Luck, etc. But then after the first hit, the other hits are just a flat, unmodifiable 80 or 85% hit chance. I think I'm going to... thinking about just calling it after one more win because these queues are pretty rough right now. Starting out strong, and yeah, these last few games have not existed, so... Tried recording several times. I got decent games, and then I would just spam, get the same, like, not very exciting team. I mean, this team, I wouldn't mind fighting it once or twice, but yeah, getting it 8 times in a row is not great video content. I guess I could just take one game and then, like, video edit, but yeah, I can't be bothered to video edit unless it's like a serious video where I'm making like a top 10 list of like, you know, best pets for PvP or best teams or something along those lines. I can video edit, but I'm not good at it, and it's a lot of work. Is anybody doing Liberation? Nope. I might just have to wait till tomorrow, because it's a reset right now. I'm queuing this on Tuesday morning. Okay, so we got this guy again. Should be a good matchup. Don't see a lot that he can do about the one shot. He probably starts with Little Bling. I'm going to start with Gurgle. Okay, he started with the Elemental. I didn't expect that. Let's go for the stun. He should use Little Bling as his cleanup pet. Does he stay in here? I suspect he will swap. So let's go for Lucky Dance. Ah, he's staying in. Dang it. I don't want to use Cobbleshell into the Amalgam for 2 reasons. Maybe I just bring in the Cursed Vermin and one-shot him. Yep, I'm going to do that because the Cursed Vermin isn't very useful versus these guys. So since he wants to stay in on this guy, yeah, we'll just one-shot him with Prowl Darkness. Yeah, Cursed Vermin is not terrible versus the Nest Guardian, but he's pretty useless versus Little Bling. So we'll go ahead and use him to soak all that damage. Just trade for that Elemental. But yeah, the reason I didn't want to use Cobbleshell versus the Elemental is, yeah, he takes weak damage from all of his attacks, but he does weak damage with Toxic Smoke, and if I go for Rock Barrage into Fire Shield, it's going to hurt me almost as much as it hurts him. The other option was just staying on Gurgle, but I want Gurgle versus Little Bling, so I didn't like that idea very much. Let's bring in Gurgle. I think we want to go for the stun, but I could miss. I'm going to go for it anyways. Assuming I land it. And now we'll go for Lucky Dance. So that is going to waste his extra plating. And then, unfortunately, he'll probably go for a Feathered Frenzy, which means my Rock Barrage isn't doing strong damage to him anymore. But it still does a lot of damage, so I'll go for it anyways. See how much damage it does through extra plating. That's still a lot of damage considering it was nerfed in half. Oh, I forgot it's a 2-round cooldown. Well, let's go for Toxic Smoke, get that dot rolling. We have an extra crit buff. 30%. Nice crit. Then we'll go for our OP heal. He's not going to be able to do anything about it. I'm just going to heal to full, let my dots tick, waste his extra plating. Oh, that was a nice crit, but my heal is too powerful. Okay, I'm thinking probably just go for Rock Barrage. If even one lands, then it's still good because I have that nice hard-hitting dot. And he should die here. I'm not sure about that extra plating. Probably not worth, but that's okay. So I think what I'll do is just bring in Gurgle. Probably go for the stun. And since he doesn't have extra plating, we can just eviscerate him with Rock Barrage. So he landed that, but we should be just fine. We got lots of health. How much damage was that Rock Barrage? 600. Almost 1,000 damage in one turn. It's pretty good. And I have a 30% crit chance. Did any of them crit? Yeah, one of them crit. This seems fair. But like it could have like multiple crits there because I have a 30% crit chance. Really, really strong damage versus mechanicals. Cobbleshell's just a really good pet on his own because critter with stone form is broken. You either need some sort of ability like Call Darkness with Prowl, or Roar of the Dead with Call Darkness, or like maybe a one shot of some sort, or just like lots of darkness to be able to kill him because he's very, very tanky, lots of health. You can't stun him. Um, so yeah, he's just immune to CC while he's just healing for a billion for 3 rounds. Not my favorite playstyle, but it is effective. You know, if you don't have a way to counter it, he just it's very similar to playing like a blossoming ancient with photosynthesis and sunlight. You need a counter to it, or else it's just going to be too much healing. Um, I feel like AoE is effective generally versus Cobbleshell. Like if you run, for example, um, what's it called? Whirling Talons. Whirling Talon flyers. So like, let me see. Did I play the Greenlands chicken? I think I did, right? Yeah, like this team. This team would probably do just fine versus Cobbleshell. Or like the Enraged Pultrid, because he can hit him hard with Maul. Because like the idea is it's similar to the photosynthesis sunlight pet. You want to use your OP heal as a to like top yourself off, and then while it's on cooldown, you just swap to the backline where you're safe. So AoE would punish that playstyle, which is the most effective way to play Cobbleshell. Um, but I saw a team I wanted to play, but maybe I'll just call it for there. It's a decent, a decent one to end on, and these teams are not that exciting. These 3 games didn't really count, so that was basically one. Do we start here? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll play one more. Just hope that I don't get that triple elemental guy. Because I was thinking about playing like the Enraged Pultrid. I like this team. Which team do I like better? Curious Wolvar Pup or Scaly? I like Scaly. He's a good boy. Let's play Scaly. Play for one more win, maybe. I'm gonna sit in queue for a second and talk, and if the queue doesn't pop, then that'll be my LG that last game. But um, yeah, it's not my favorite playstyle because it's very similar to playing like a blossoming ancient or a singing sunflower. You're just using your cooldowns and swapping and hiding on the back line where you can't die. So AoE would be effective versus him, but if you don't have AoE or like a one shot of some sort or like lots of darkness, then it's just overtuned healing. It's very, very strong. But it's not like unbeatable strong. There are some weaknesses to him, like he doesn't have a weather ability. So if you're playing darkness, you'll probably win versus Cobbleshell. Maybe it was a different team. Was it the Grasslands? What's that one called? Greenlands. Greenlands. Well, I played this team. Didn't I? Yeah, I played that team already. I don't know if the queue's gonna pop. I might just call it there. Okay, so there was another team that I had in mind. It was the Flitter. I love this team. This team's great. Did I play it already? I remember I played it earlier tonight, but it was versus this guy, which was really boring. Kind of like this team better. Yeah, let's play Mothematics. It's a more balanced team because I have a weather changer. If I queue into a real team with this team here, Like, even one idle will pretty much 1v3 this whole team. The only thing I have going for me is Rattlejaw does strong damage to him, but, I mean, just effect that Sandstorm counters Bone Barrage and Whirling Talons and Rip. Kind of, yeah. It just counters too much of my team. Now, if I run into Sandstorm with an Aquatic, that's also bad, but at least I have the potential to maybe pog out and dive a Sandstorm with this guy. Plus, yeah, I have the Weather Changer to fight back with, so if I queue into, like, say, Triple Sunlight, at least this team probably should lose horrendously, but I feel like I have a small chance to maybe catch him off guard if he misplays. I only have one Weather Changer on this team, so I should lose to, like, a team like this every time. But if he misplays and lets me get some AoE damage into his pets on the back line before he gets enough healing out, because he, like, plays too aggressive in the opener, I could see this team maybe still beating, like, a Sunlight team. I might not get another team, though, so I think I'll give it... I've only been in queue for 2 minutes. I'm going to give it, like, 2 more minutes and then just call it if the queue won't pop. I'm guessing it won't pop, because it is reset day. I think the servers go down in, like, 45 minutes. But maybe we'll get one more game in, because, like, fighting this triple elemental family brawler team didn't really count. He, like, forfeited halfway through this game. Then he just instant left. I'm not sure if he was actually forfeiting or if he was getting bugged, but regardless, that basically left us with 1, 2, 3, 4 games. I'd like to go for 5 actual games, hopefully. Did I ever end up playing with Petal in the video? Might just have to try him later on, because versus what I'm fighting, yeah, Petal is not good versus lots of mechanicals. Since usually you'll be running your Ooze Touch as your only attack. I don't like the idea of playing Absorb. I'm not sure how to use this pet. I don't want to run Sunlight on him. That's, cringe. But he has this ability, Sticky Surge, which is unique to him. And that's a unique decoy breaker / cyclone counter. So if I'm queuing into Cyclone, this could be a decent option. I kind of wish he had something else besides a heal in this middle slot, because, like, yeah, you can take advantage of the heal, but that means if I'm queuing into Darkness, then he's not really viable. Although, I did queue into this this triple flyer Darkness team, and it completely farmed him, but it was because it's not a very well-rounded Darkness team. It's just 3 flyers, and I had a living Sandling, so it's pretty favored in my... unless he lands somehow, not like a ton of Nocturnal Strikes on my Elemental. I should just, yeah, I should be favored to win this matchup probably 95% of the time. If he had, like, Twilight instead of one of these, or like a Bone Serpent, that could give me more trouble. But yeah, with 2 Sandstorm pets, I'm able to, like, change the weather on them, and then while Sandstorm is out, I can go for my Inspiring Song to heal up my OP Sandstorm pets. Did I ever do that? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Some decent healing there while Sandstorm was out. But yeah, I'm just not sure how to utilize this pet quite yet. He looks cool. I just kind of wish he had maybe something besides Absorb right here. Not sure what I think that would be, but something that isn't magic damage, maybe? I think that's probably GG's. I was guessing the Q when it popped, probably, and it is not popping, so. Can't really think of much else to talk about. I think I'm just going to call it for the video. Most likely. Maybe I'll just play... Do I just queue up with Petal real quick? See if I can get a game? Hmm. Do any of these teams have like aquatic damage on them? Because I keep hearing aquatics and mechanicals. So like this team would do fine versus mechanicals, but not great versus elementals. This team is just kind of obnoxious. Don't want to play it unless I'm fighting really strong teams. I could play Arphis again, maybe. Arphis and Petal. I was really hoping the Q would pop. It just won't. Game is dead. But I got level 90, so that's good. I think that's GG's, sadly. Maybe I'll try to queue again later, but it's going to be reset soon, so might just have to wait till tomorrow. If y'all have any, Oh, Q popped! Yes, 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 please take the Q. Alright, LG, win or loss. This is the last game. Okay, we got Triple Darkness. Don't have much of a chance. He has the power speed. Gives me a little bit of help. Okay. I think we want to start with probably the Damp Scrat. If he starts with this guy, I can't be stunned. I think we're going to go for... Oh, no. Okay. I'm going to go for Great Sting. Yeah, it's just actually enough damage to... It's enough damage to kill my Scrat, so I have to eat it with the Flitter. Oh, that pet hurts. Alright, let's go for... I might just be screwed. I think he will swap. But if he stays in, let's go for Cyclone. Okay, he should kill me, which gives me a free swap to the Damp Scrat. And then can the Snapdragon 1v3? I don't think so. Let's just go for a Savage Talon. I hope that he kills me. Good, good, good. Alright. Although he could actually just kill me with a triple. Even if he doesn't, I feel like I still lose horrendously, but see what we can do here. Maybe I should have started with my flyer. I was hoping that Call Darkness Nocturnal Strike wasn't enough to kill me on my Scrat, and I was wrong. So yeah, if I started with my flyer, I could have gotten out a Cyclone, and yeah, that would have been a better start. At this point, I've done almost nothing to his team. We can change that weather here. He's just going for strong damage. Oh, and he landed a triple. Ow. Okay. Maybe Cyclone will kill all three of his pets in one turn. Okay, change my weather. And my Cyclone missed all 3 turns. That's unfortunate. Okay, Snapdragon. Time to 1v2. You got this. I believe in you. All he has to do is just miss like 8 times in a row. Ah, so close. Okay, well, looks like we got a real opponent now, so let's play a couple games. Triple Darkness. Let's play this team. Petal. This is a perfect kind of team to be queuing into with this team. Because I don't want to be fighting like fun teams with this guy. I want to be facing like strong pets so that I can, yeah, it's a fair fight. Not trying to stomp on noobs with this combo. It should do well versus Triple Darkness. I have Living Sandling to avoid Nocturnal Strikes. The Shady Murgleton is a big problem for my humanoid because he does strong damage. But I think Sticky Surge will give me the speed advantage, actually. I haven't done the math. Let's do the math real quick so that I know whether I need to go for focus or not. But I have 3 ways to buff my speed on this team. I have focus, I have quicksand, and I have Sticky Surge. Okay, well, we're actually getting some teams all of a sudden. I should do pretty well versus this guy with double sandstorm. I'm going to start with my Renishu Runt. Let's press Sandstorm. Changes weather right away. Nerf all of that poison protocol damage. Then we'll bring in the Living Sandling. So let me go back to the calculator here. 338 times, or sorry, 338 divided by 1.25 equals 270. Ah, he will still be faster than the Renishu Runt without quicksand or focus. Good to know. Let's go for quicksand. Oh, camera's facing the wrong way. All right. So, Sandstorm will kill him. He's below his flying racial, or his magic racial. So let's get that ability on cooldown. I suspect he'll bring in the flyer and try to swap me. He has the SS, which is the wrong breed for this team. But that is going to be annoying, nonetheless. If he swaps me to my Renishu Runt, I don't have Sandstorm quite yet. I'm going to attack. Let's see what he does. He's going to miss a huge fang. That's good. He's going for the bug with toxic fumes. He has weak damage here, so surely he swaps. I am just 1000% certain he will swap me. But I'll just go for damage in case he's weird and tries to like mind game, because I now have Sandstorm. Although, do I go for Sandstorm or Quicksand? I think I go for, sorry, Focus or Sandstorm. I think I'll go for Focus because I think I'm ahead enough. I really do not want to miss that Sandstorm, so I'm going to take the time to set up my accuracy so that I can't miss. And yeah, we should be in the clear at this point. All right. So, Triple Darkness. I want to get that guy again, and then I'll probably call it for the video. So let's look up Darkness. Darkness. What does well against darkness? This team does really good against darkness, and probably especially good versus that particular player. How about the anomalous team? How will this team do? I think it'll do just fine. Let's play this team. This team is 12-0, and I only play it whenever I'm fighting like S-tier darkness teams. I don't necessarily always get S-tier darkness teams when I'm playing it, but clearly the team has been doing well. They're all S-tier pets. The only thing I see giving this team a lot of trouble is if I queue into like randomly a bunch of humanoids with Sandstorm. Which doesn't seem to be what we're getting right now, and even if I do, at least I still have Trap and Decoy, which are annoying for Sandstorm. The Vengeful Porcupet just has a glaring weakness to humanoids with Sandstorm. But he's great versus Darkness pets. So we actually ended up getting a couple games since I stuck around to see what would start queuing. I might actually try some more recording later. I'm not sure if the realms go down in 30 minutes or in an hour and 30 minutes, but if I have an hour and a half, I think I'll try to fight some of these teams, because these are some real teams here. Not particularly fun, but if I'm not seeing them spam queued, I get a lot less annoyed. Like, I don't like seeing Triple Darkness, but I don't mind fighting it from time to time. It's whenever I'm seeing it, like, you know, where's that guy? I haven't actually seen him in a while because I haven't been queuing when he does, but yeah, seeing like the same team over and over and over and over and over again. That's what gets really old. Because I can counter it all day, but I get bored of playing the same counter teams. Like, this would be one of the counter teams that I would fight him with. Vengeful Porcupet's great versus Darkness. He usually doesn't have a Decoy Breaker. So if we look back at this guy, he has a Decoy Breaker with Anomalous, and then the other two pets do not have a Decoy Breaker. That's a weird third pet. Usually you'll see like the MPD as the cleanup pet for this combo. You'll also usually see a Power Dusky Dreadwing pup. The SS was annoying for me because it'll be hard for me to outspeed him, but it also means that he hits way he does way less damage. If I was him playing that team versus mine, I probably would have went for Poison Protocol in round 1 and then Toxic Fumes. Use Toxic Fumes as a weather changer rather than a way to buff the duration of your dot. Because, well, first of all, I have an elemental on my team, so that's irrelevant, but also I have double Sandstorm. So it's very greedy for you to play for the Toxic Fumes into Poison Protocol combo rather than just using your Toxic Fumes as a way to change the weather from Sandstorm back to your weather. Plus, his whole team, like, is... The backbone of his team actually isn't Poison Protocol, it's bugging Huge Fang to do max damage when the weather's out, so the fact that I just changed the weather on him instantly there is... yeah, just completely shut down his team. It looked very one-sided, but his team is very strong. It's kind of high risk, high reward, though. Like, if things don't go your way, you just lose in 8 rounds. I mean, he forfeited, but yeah. Actually, I just realized. Let's look at this team, Petal. See, yeah, it counted it as a loss, and I haven't lost. It was 2-0 before then. Now it is 3-0. It's not... yeah, for some reason, whenever my opponent forfeits, Rematch loves to count it as a loss for some reason. It's a weird bug that I've noticed recently. It's not a big deal. It's just like the add-on isn't tracking it correctly, but I like to know how well my teams are doing so that I can, maybe try a team that hasn't been doing so good and see if if I can get it wins. It's like a fun challenge. Well, maybe both of those guys quit. I'm surprised that the darkness guy just took his one win and just stopped queuing. I mean, it was a pretty one-sided win. He probably could just kind of keep queuing with that team, and maybe he knows. Maybe he knows I'm going to play a counter team. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard if he watches my videos for him to just look up my character on Armory and see, this looks like a anti-darkness team. Maybe I won't press Q with my darkness pets. I don't know if that's what he's doing, though. Maybe he just got bored of winning after one game. I'm going to sit this queue. I'm going to see what I get. I have a feeling I'll get that darkness guy again. He might just be intentionally waiting to press Q for a minute. Either because he's doing something else in game or he's strategically trying to not queue into me. This could be him. Let's see what we got. Well, we did not get him. This is my LG. I'm going to start with the Blazehound. Probably go for Heartbroken. So let's get our trap down. Maybe it'll go off instantly. Do big damage to his mechanical. Could do big damage to him because he's taking an extra 50% damage, but he's going to hit my beast really hard if I do that. I think the safe play is swap him out. We've got a nice crit. Alright, so now the trap doesn't do strong damage, but it's still good. Let's stay in here because he probably has Call Lightning, and I take weak damage from that. Ooh, and the trap went off. Good job. Good job, trap. Let's go for damage. I think he'll bring in the mechanical. Well, he didn't. Okay, let's keep on attacking with the Blazehound. Blazehound does great versus these two pets, so... Oh, there's a stun. Let's stay in. I expect to Call Lightning, and I don't want to take that on one of these two pets, but especially not my Porcupet. We have Retrieve. That will bring in the Terraclaw. So let's swap him out for some free damage, and then let's go for Magma Trap. I think what I will do is stay in on the Blazehound until he dies, just to give my Porcupet a free swap and not make him take damage on the swap. Plus the trap could have always done that and pogged out. Alright, we take the Flying Racial yet again. I suspect he's just going to refresh Nature's Ward, so I'm going to attack here. He went for Alpha Strike while he's slower. Maybe I'll go for the Retrieve. It doesn't do weak damage because he's taking damage as an elemental. And then let's get another Magma Trap out. This Blazehound is just terrorizing him with traps. There's really nothing he can do on this. Oh my gosh. Good RNG too. Yeah, alright. Well, wasn't the team I was hoping to fight. I wanted to fight that annoying Triple Darkness team, but it looks like he's dodging for now, so we'll call it for there. Video's already like 5 years long, so long video today. Although half of it was versus this guy just spam forfeiting. But that's okay. We finally got some decent games there at the end, so going to call it there. I'll try queuing some more, and if the games are good, I'll make a video out of that. So hope y'all enjoy the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.